Hello, beautiful people. I am doing this video on a liver gallbladder cleanse that I recently did. It took me about 5 days to do the actual sort of fasting part, and there were some preparation days. A couple of things about the liver. The liver and the gallbladder, they process fats, and it can be very taxing on the liver. A lot of times when we just regularly eating fats, it creates a sludge that sort of blocks the liver, and also it can lead to the growth of gallbladder stones. Gallstones can be cholesterol based, and there's another type. Either way, both of these kinds of stones and the sludge in the liver can be cleaned out by eating lots of fruits and there's a couple of vegetables, so celery and cucumber. I would say lemon, apples, any malic acid is one of the main things that breaks those down. So the fruits that have that are going to be apples, grapefruit, blueberries, wild blueberries in particular, and there's a lot. You can literally just taste it when you're eating a fruit. A peach has that malic acid. You can taste the acidity. Mangoes, all the citrus ones obviously have the acid going. And so what I did personally for this cleanse was I started out by just not eating any solids. I did a day of low fat soups, and then a second that was a low fat soup, and then I did some bone broth. After that, I did lemon water, and then I juiced a half an apple, which I diluted with lots of water, because you want to keep your sugar content really low. You don't want to have anything that's going to spike your sugar. You also want to cut down on starch and animal proteins on the days leading up to the fast. So fats, starchy foods, and animal protein on the days leading up to the fast. You certainly don't want to do eggs for breakfast if you have a liver, gallbladder, anything going on, or if you just want to cleanse it and empower that liver. You want to avoid animal proteins and animal products of any kind in the morning, especially meats. But eggs, people eat a lot of eggs, and eggs are high in fat and protein. So that's like, your liver works really hard overnight. When you're sleeping, it's constantly like just breaking stuff down, and you want to give it a break in the morning. It's also really good to get some cardiovascular exercise in the morning to stimulate the movement and the blood flow. So I was doing that. I was just doing some walking, and the way I walk, it kind of looks funny, but it feels really good. And I do like a little twist motion. So I'm walking like, just sort of try to engage that core, and just engaging that core, it really helps like get the definition going, and it's just good for this movement. It's just good for stimulating and like sort of pumping action over here. So again, cutting down, almost eliminating fats entirely, especially during the cleanse, including lemon water and fruits that have high malic acid, and then incorporating celery juice, and cucumbers or cucumber juice. The second day of the fast, like I said, I just did lemon water and I juiced a half an apple. The third day, I ended up doing lemon water, and then I juiced some watermelon. I just happened to be craving watermelon. I felt a little dehydrated. On the third day, I did lemon juice and then also grapefruit juice. I happen to love grapefruit, and it's really good for a lot of things, so I did that. And then the fourth and fifth day, same thing, just keeping it basically super light, almost no solids. And if I did eat solids, it was like a fruit or a vegetable. I started to feel by the fourth day just very calm, and different. The liver also holds and processes anger, resentment. Those kinds of feelings like grudge and vindictiveness, or like fighting, that fighting energy. gets locked up in here. So when you start cleansing the liver, that's some of those feelings might come up. And for me, I actually had a specific situation with a friend of mine, and there was a specific time when I was gonna go see this friend, and I felt, and I hadn't seen him in a while. I felt I that day that was on my, like, I had already started introducing solids. One of the things I ate a lot of were greens, and I ended up eating a lot of arugula. So I had eaten all this arugula, and it was like super spicy, and it just started burning. And by the time I had, talked to my friend and sort of squashed out whatever things were going on, all that burning and pain right here went away completely. And even on the days leading up to that, I was feeling really calm and sort of able to be centered, able to access like a more expanded consciousness. I think that happens anytime that you fast. If you ever want to like remember who you truly are and your true purpose on this planet and get sort of in alignment spiritually with your life's purpose, I strongly recommend any kind of fasting, but especially where you're doing a long period, at least a long period of the day where you're just doing water. Because that's what I was doing. I was doing just water up until around 6 p.m. And at 6 p.m. I would start doing the lemon water and whatever else I juiced. When I juiced a half an apple, I also drank a lot of water with it. When I juiced grapefruit, I drank a lot of water with it. You want to just dilute the sugars because you don't want to spike your sugar. Spiking your sugar also makes your liver work hard. So you don't want to do that. Although when you're not doing fats, your body is able to process sugar a lot better and a lot easier. You really don't want to be doing sugar and fat, especially if you're on any kind of cleanse. You have to pick which form of fuel you want for your body. If you're going to go with sugars, like obviously for the liver cleanse, fruits are the best way to break down those gallstones. So if you're going to be eating fruits, then you just want to avoid fats. If you're going to be doing fats, then you want to avoid sugar or like really minimize sugar. That's basically it. I did those 5 days. After those 5 days, when I started eating, I still didn't do any animal protein or any fats. And actually to this day, I've been keeping it really, really low on fats. Also, no starch, no processed bread. Like pizza is like the ultimate, like the opposite of what you want to be doing. Because all those bready foods that break down really fast, they actually give you crazy cravings later on for sugary things or for smoking. Like I was able to, I find, because before I used to pick up smoking here and there and smoke either tobacco or tobacco and cannabis. And you can basically eliminate cravings for tobacco and cannabis by eliminating simple sugars from your diet. If you do a fast, it can make it very easy to drop addictive behaviors. Also alcohol. It can make it really easy because it's all like this, it's a self-feeding loop of sugar, like simple sugars, craving sugars. It doesn't sound like it, believe it or not, but smoking is actually a form of sugar. Like somehow that breaks down into sugar. I don't really quite understand it, but I know it's true. So that's just a side piece there. The benefits for me were by far the mental benefits. I just felt way calmer, way more relaxed. I also physically felt my muscles let go of all this tension. Like I was walking around like most of us have like tension in our back, especially lower back. My legs just felt so relaxed. Whenever I would lay down, put my legs up, I just felt like this amazing sort of, just my legs felt great. And all the tension in my body just went away. And again, I think any fast will do that. When you have tension in the body, a fast will clear that right up. It also like allowed me to be very present and in the moment because you don't have these cravings. And you have this expanded consciousness. Everything is like in HD. Everything looks brighter and crisper. You get yourself out of the me consciousness and out of like my issues, my troubles, what do I want, what do I need, and you sort of stop living for yourself. Like normally we're so concerned on what we have to do, we feel like we're in charge of everything that needs to get done, and it's just not so. You can let go. You can sort of align yourself to the vibration of what you want. Like if you want more money, more abundance, you can just start thinking very positively about money, and knowing that you're somebody who can attract money, who loves money, and money loves him or her, and then just sort of hold that energy and let go of everything else. Like let go of the logistics of how it's gonna happen. Um, Obviously, it's good to have sort of, you want to take action, but you're not attached to the results of the action. You're not attached you're not attached to yourself as the doer, where like all the results are based on me. They're not. There's a spiritual force. You can call it God. You can call it the quantum field. You can call it whatever you want. But there's something out there that when you can let go and trust, it does most of the work for you. It like sets up the situations, like through electromagnetism, or through spirit, or through quantum entanglement, however you want to call it. Like you will just be lined up with more opportunities, and then you just you take the steps. You are literally having to take some action, but you're not worried about it. You're not concerned. You're not calculating. You're not like, oh, I wonder how much I'm going to get out of this. No, you just do it. Do the thing, and don't worry about how much you're getting out of it, how much it's going to cost you. Don't worry about cost and price. Just take action, but in a state of faith or in a state of connection, holding the vibration of what you want internally, like celebrating that. Like I am successful. Like I am making money. I am attracting money. I am attracting fulfilling relationships and interactions with people. I am advancing my career. My career loves me, whatever it is, and bless your day, the day itself. Set up a time where you like connect to the day, the beginning of the day. You can have a practice where you're blessing that day and you're calling into that day the things that you want. You want prosperity. You want opportunity. You want vibrant energy. You want to feel productive. You want motivation. And say a few affirmations of like appreciation for the day, and how much you love the day, and how much the day loves you, and how you be in that relationship with the day and with the things of the day. And that's it. Getting clarity, feeling a lot more calm, a lot more relaxed by doing a lot of fruits that break down the gallstones, and lemon, apple, grapefruit, and blueberries is the ones that I did. Avoid nuts. Avoid anything heavy with fats and protein. Just avoid that for a little while. When I started eating protein, I did quinoa, just very plain light quinoa. I didn't put any oil in it. I put a little bit of salt. I ate it with onions, and that's it. So that's another good food. Onions, sweet potato. When you do want to get a little more sort of carbohydrates going, sweet potato is a good source of that. And that's it. Remember the celery. The celery is huge for the liver. Celery and cucumber juice. I hope this was helpful. Much love to you guys, and have a wonderful day.